I often talk about the morning tonic that I take every morning. I've been taking it every morning for a long, long time. And I'm going to step through what I take, how I take it, and why I take it. Okay? It's a lot of you watching this will probably already know. Okay, so we have this. 1/4 teaspoon cayenne pepper, juice of a lemon, and 1 to 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Now, what are we doing with this stuff? Why are we taking? What's the benefits of taking the cayenne pepper? What's the benefits of taking the oil? What's the benefits of taking the taking the lemon juice? And what's the benefits of taking them all together? And what's the benefit of taking them first thing in the morning? Okay, I do this the minute I wake up. Within 10 minutes, I'm doing this drink. And I do it for good reason. One of the first things with cayenne pepper is we stimulate the blood flow. We get things moving. We wake the body up. We send more oxygen around the body, more importantly, because it's the oxygen that's going to give us an energy. It's going to start waking us up. It's going to physically start waking us up, but it's also going to start waking our mind up. Okay, the lemon juice. Lemon juice is very good for the liver and for the gallbladder. Lemons are very highly anionic. They're very high in anions. Anions are negatively charged ions. And when we think about, well, how does that helping the liver? Well, the liver is obviously, we know the liver helps detox our body. The liver contains a lot of toxins. Toxins are very cationic. They're more positively charged. Anions are more negatively charged. Okay, so this is why lemons are so good for our liver, because they help dislodge. They help to separate and to dislodge the toxins, to get them out of the system. Okay, because it's the anion. This is all electrical, sort of playing around with electrical flows, different charges. Okay, so we've taken the lemon, we've helped dislodge some of the toxins. We've given the liver a bit of a cleanse, a bit of a flush, if you like. Okay, why we take the oil? Well, the oil helps to stimulate not only the liver, of course, but open up the bile ducts, get things moving. Because we've got some more toxins. Now we've sort of flushed the liver out a little bit. Now we've got to get it out of the body. How do we do that? Well, through the gallbladder. Well, we need to wake the gallbladder up. Okay, so this is why these three ingredients are so powerful first thing in the morning. And I can almost promise you, no matter who you are, who does this, within 5 minutes, you're going to know the difference. You're going to notice the difference because you're going to have a little bit more energy. You're going to feel a little bit more clarity as the oxygen starts moving around the body. Okay, so taking the cayenne pepper tonic drink in the morning is one thing, but I step it up a little bit more than that. So what do? I wait about 20 minutes, and then what I do is I'll have some MSM. Okay, this is organic sulfur. I take 2 teaspoons. If you haven't taken MSM before, don't start any higher than about 1/4 teaspoon. Okay, you've got to do it twice a day. But first thing in the morning, so like 20 minutes after the cayenne pepper tonic, take some MSM with about ½ liter of water. So let's just think about this. How is this benefiting us in the morning? Well, now we've got more oxygen flow, we've got more blood flow, the body is moving. Okay, we've worked on the liver, we've worked on the gallbladder. But when we've been sleeping all night, our cell membranes tend to be more anabolic. Anabolic is without oxygen. Anabolic is cell membranes more closed, not permeable enough. And it might take everyone's going to be a little bit different, but it may take a little bit of time before your membranes start to open up and we start to get more oxygen and we start to use more oxygen for energy production. We start to detox better. We start to get things moving. Okay, you can make that happen in 10 minutes after waking up. Okay, now MSM, so how does the MSM come into it? Well, the MSM is very catabolic inducing, so the MSM opens up the cell membranes. It forces membranes to be more permeable. Okay, now just think about this for a minute. So we've got more oxygen, but we're not necessarily getting that oxygen into the cells. Okay, just because we've got high blood oxygen doesn't mean we're going to get it into the cells. So the oxygen is like knocking on the doors of the cells, and the MSM opens up the cells. And then what's waiting at the door? MSM. And we've taken some lemon. We've got some vitamin C. Okay? Cell membranes open. Now we become more permeable. Now we have more oxygen. Now we produce more energy. Now we start to wake up. Okay? So doing those three together with the tonic, and then follow it up with some MSM, I promise you it's going to make a difference. I can wake up at 5:30 in the morning, and I'll do this tonic and I'll do the MSM and something else I'm going to tell you about in a minute. And you know, within 10 minutes, I could jump up and do a presentation to 2,000 people for the next 6 hours straight, because I have the energy. My membranes are opened up. I've woken up. I've got a lot of clarity in my mind because of the oxygen. Okay, I have no pain in my body. Well, I don't have any pain in my body anyway, but it's sort of when you wake up in the morning, sometimes you know, some people have some aches and pains. This will just wake everything up. Okay. Now, I do a lot of quite complex work with the work that I do, and I'm really interested in how do I supercharge my mind? What can I do to really get some good clarity and some good focus and the least amount of distraction as possible in my day? I want to prepare the day. One way of looking at this process is just like it's supercharging or priming the body for the day. Yeah, not just for how you feel, not just for your mental and your physical and your emotional energy, but for everything else to work better throughout the day. Your digestion to work better. Cayenne pepper is very good for digestion, by the way. It stimulates the digestive system. So you've often heard me talk about L-theanine. I know you can see that. You probably can't. It doesn't matter. L-theanine. L-theanine is very, very good. But I'm sure some of you have watched a soapy or something like that, especially an English one, when there's a little bit of stress going on. And what do they say? Oh, it's okay. Why don't you come in and we'll have a cup of tea? Okay, tea is quite high in theanine. It's very calming. Okay, theanine is also a nootropic, and nootropics are what people take to help improve their brain power, if you like, more than anything, because it really helps clarify, clear the mind and get the focus. Okay, so I take about, what are these, 500 milligrams? I think they're 500 milligrams. Oh no, there might be 200 milligrams. I take 2 of those in the morning. So within about 10 minutes of taking the theanine, I'm like, wow, I've got some focus and I've got some clarity. And I can see, I have no distractions in my thinking. And when I'm doing lots of different complex types of work, it's very important that I do that, because it's very easy to get distracted. The other amino, L-theanine is an amino acid, by the way. The other amino acid I take is L-tyrosine. L-tyrosine helps our body produce more dopamine. Okay, so just think about this. We've got more circulation, we have more oxygen. Our liver's been flushed, our gallbladder's moving, we have more oxygen, we have more energy, we have more clarity. Now we're going to be working on the mind and the focus on the mental state to have that clarity in the mind and that calming in the mind. So we all know what dopamine does. Okay? The reason why people do cocaine, methamphetamines, and any sort of amphetamine is because of the dopamine rush. Well, we're not going to get that by taking tyrosine, of course. But it just lifts things up a little bit. And once again, it sort of adds to the whole process of waking up, having more energy, having more clarity, and having more focus. Oh, one thing with the L-theanine, I've helped many people with ADHD with L-theanine, 1 to 2 caps in the morning. Okay, because of course with ADHD, it's very easy to get distracted. It's very hard to have that long-term focus without being distracted. But with the L-theanine, that can have a big impact on that. And when you do that, when you do the L-theanine and when you do the tyrosine, it's something you will pick up. You will notice a difference in probably 10 to 15 minutes. Okay. And what else do I do? Well, the other thing I do, I add on to it. Sometimes this is what I'll do is some Shilajit. You can see this. I think it's called Gold Seal Shilajit. It's like a tar. Don't get the capsules. See, it's like a tar. It's nearly empty, this one. And Shilajit is very, very good. It's good for a lot of things. It's full of minerals. It's full of goodness. It also helps increase testosterone. I go to the gym nearly every day. I notice a difference by taking by taking the Shilajit. With the Shilajit, I just take a tiny little bit on the end of a spoon, and I put it in some warm water. I take Shilajit once or twice a day, in the morning and afternoon. Do it for about 4 days and have 2 days off, then 4 days and 2 days off. Okay, just do this for a while and see if your energy increases. The Shilajit is very good for your hormonal system. It's good for testosterone. It's not just for men, it's for women as well. Okay, so that's my morning tonic that I do every morning. And especially if you've got poor circulation, if you've got some cardiovascular struggles and whatnot, I would start taking some cayenne pepper with your water. This is MSM and water in here, and I take cayenne pepper with most of my drinks. Not because I'm trying to fix a problem, it's because I'm at that point in my life where I like to experiment, I want to see how good I can feel. This is why I do this for. I'm not trying to fix a problem, but I don't want to have a problem to fix. So I'm in that situation where I'm maintaining the level of health that I have. Okay, I've never felt better in my life. I've never had more clarity in my life. I've never had more focus in my life. I've never been more switched on in my life. And one of the reasons is because I do this. I do this every day. I do a lot of other things, of course. With MSM, I've been taking MSM for 7-8 years. I will take MSM twice a day, two teaspoons twice a day. I'll be taking that for the rest of my life. Longevity. It opens up pathways. It works on the liver. It increases glutathione. It reduces inflammation. Parasites hate it. It's good for the skin. It's good for the hair. It's good for the nails. And I could write a book about all the other things that MSM is good for, why MSM is good for you. I'm sure there are books already written. Think about trying this in the morning. Think about it as you taking charge. We're living in a world where so many people are allowing the body really to take charge, and we're reacting to the body rather than we're controlling the body. Wake up. Wake the body up. Take charge. Let your body know who's in charge. Get the blood circulating, get the oxygen circulation, work on the liver, work on the gallbladder, work on the mind, work on the clarity, working on the focus. Okay? So essentially what you're doing is you're priming the body. So later on the day, when you're digesting and when you're doing other things, you're eating nutrition, you're taking other supplements, you're going to get far more out of those supplements. You're going to have more stimulation, you're going to have more liberation, you're going to have more of everything because you've got a system that's woken up. Okay, and you're taking charge, and you do this every day. You be consistent. You don't do the Shilajit every day. You do the Shilajit probably 4 days, and then you have a break for 2 days. With the MSM, you do that every day for sure. If you take MSM for every day, you're going to be living until you're 150, like I will. I'm sure I will. I feel invincible on this stuff. Okay? Give it a shot. Let me know how you go.